This episode was recorded in front of a live stream audience. Join me at gaming.youtube.com/The Jessa Channel. Hey there. You're watching The Jessa Channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today we are here with more of Kinlen Tullius' story. We are recording this episode live today in this Thursday. That's a Turdis morning. Turdis, I should say. Turdis. It's 5:59 p.m. here in the land of Skyrim. The 17th of Frostfall in the 4th era. In the last episode, Kinlen was here at this fort. Here at where are we? Here at the fort we're at. I have no idea where we are. Anyway, we just took this fort and regained the Pale. Kinlen, along with her followers, we're going to be making our way to Helgen. So let me pull that map up again, because, map key here, because we are going to be making our way to Helgen. As you can see here that Kinlen is level 38 here, and hopefully in this episode we are going to be moving up to level 39. Okay, my map key here, that's where we were. Okay, so you know, I think the problem is that I don't see my character's little, oh, here we are. We're at Fort Greenwall. There we go. So we have just taken Fort Greenwall, which means that Kinlen Tullius, on the behalf of her father, General Tullius, now has regained the Pale. From this point, we're going to be walking down to Riften, but we will not be entering Riften because if you've kept up with our episodes, we've had some difficulty in Riften. And one of the things that Kinlen was required to do by her father, to do a bit of spying here, she was caught. And therefore her name is Mud in Riften. We're going to just be taking the carriage outside over here to Helgen, where hopefully we'll get some rest for the night, before continuing on north to Solitude. The blood that rings in her veins, that makes her so reminiscent of the orc bloodkin self that she has, is still sort of coursing through Kinlen's veins right now. That was a battle extraordinary. Taking that fort for my father will make him most proud of me. Let me consult my map. This way is north. I need to leave by the other exit. Head south. If we make good time, I should be there by dark. Valgus, keep an eye on the hounds for me, will you? Kadojo, let us go. Commander, please remember to clean the dead. It is no good for the troops' morale. Any messages I have, I will send to my father. The commander looks at her and gives a nod. Kinlen looks around at the beautiful, crisp trees, takes a deep breath of the wonderful air which always smells so crisp here. This land, this area south of, in the southern parts of Skyrim, so close to my homeland in Cyrodiil. It always smells amazing. I cannot dawdle, though. If I do so, we will never get there before dark. I must pick up the pace. There may be more reinforcements coming. Kinlen slows down to a quick walk to pass these people by without seeming too rude. There's a Guardsman there. Ho there! Ho! Ho there!
What could it mean? Return of the Dragonborn? And who among us could possibly hold that honor and such power? Till next time.
No, wait.
Have summoned the Dragonborn to High Hrothgar. Such a thing has not happened for hundreds of years.
Yes, I agree. I'm going to take a moment and lower the volume of the music. Setting volumes, audio. The music a little bit in comparison to their voices. So let me lower that just a little bit.
All right then. Dragons I can handle. But this talk of dragons? World gone mad, I say.
I believe you've gone mad. I have not... Well, I admit I've heard rumors, but I've not seen one dragon. Anyway, listen, I ask a favor of you.
Thank you. Here, this is for you.
Take this note and send it by nearest courier to Solitude. Thank you. The guard agrees. Kinlen hands him a few coins.
Is renowned for its fishery. I would very much like to taste the salmon steak, or perhaps chefle, a flounder marinated in tomato sauce.
The music is still a bit loud, and the voices, I have the voices up as high as possible. So let's take the music down to about there. I don't want it to be too low, but I want it to be more backgroundy. It's making it a little bit hard to hear the voices. Kinlen's stomach begins to growl. She thinks of crisp red apples. Unfortunately, I cannot make my way inside Riften right now. Even getting close to the gates is making me a bit nervous. Carriagemen!
Need a ride?
Ah, yes, I do. Would you make me, would you be willing to make your way to Helgen?
Where do you want to go?
As I'd mentioned, I want to make my way to Helgen. Could you make good time to get us there not far after dark?
Climb and back and we'll be off.
Good to know. Hounds to me! The dogs both jump up on the cart, and as usual, Kinlen takes out her cloak, puts it on the ground of the cart, on the floor of the cart. And they trundle off. Along the way, Kinlen eats some dinner, some apples, and a bit of cold soup shared around in a tankard. Speaking of a tankard, at this moment they arrive. Everyone climbs down. The dogs, Valgus throws the dogs some meat, and we make our way to the time. We did not make good time. Having to stop and fix that wagon wheel held us up. It's just before the 12th night bell. Ho there up there! I know you've locked the gates. Open them for me, please. It is I, Kinlen. Kinlen takes her sword and raps on the door. And it opens without a problem. Is Marcus about? Oh, good. I'm glad he is still awake. Come in. I'm glad to see you doing a good job taking care of the, patrols guarding. You're new. You're new, by the way. You're doing a very good job. Here, a gold piece for you. He thanks her. And gives a good nod, a nod in return. I'll be very glad to see Marcus. It's good to be back in a place where things are friendly, even if the world is still very torn apart. Balfring!
Marcus and Valerius keeping you busy, friend?
Hello, how are you? Yes, they are. In fact, I come back from a long travel from the north. Are they in the keep? Yes? Good. Well, perhaps we'll tell a few stories around the fire tonight. Balfring claps Kinlen on the shoulder. Good day, Sienna. It's good to see you again and see you well. All right. It seems they've done little to improve this place, but I understand that their lot has been busy. I wonder if anyone is abed. Yes, they are. Kinlen tiptoes up quietly to see if they are just the guard duty. Sidious. I don't remember this one's name. And neither his. It seems that more guards have appeared. It's good. The work we did here has been helpful. More guards appear. Maybe we'll be able to turn this place into a real live town. I wonder if they have shored up the rockfall. That will be one of the things that will be of the utmost importance, but the pebbles falling tell me they have not yet done so. And we have completed the quest.
See you three old soldiers again. I never dreamed we would all be here in Skyrim.
Yes, Shadrach, it's good to see you too, old friend. Now, tell me, is there anything else you need to get settled in?
Well, Korst and I will need to meet to discuss the guard schedules. But there is one thing, if you could help me, Korst.
Certainly. What is it?
My men have become bored and restless after being in that camp for so long. They're itching to get in some field time. And practicing on targets is one thing, but there's nothing that gets your blood pumping and sharpens the senses like real combat. I'd like for them to get into the field somehow.
Well, there are these reports we've been getting. Korst?
Yes. We've been getting reports for some time now of trouble all over Skyrim. I've been too busy to do anything about them. But maybe our friend here can help us out.
Shadrach, Valerius. How does that sound to you?
Well, I guess that will work, if she's willing to help. It would be a great help for the morale of my men. And it will also allow me to start their individual training at the targets. Val, what do you think?
If our friend can help, it wouldn't interfere with their schedules much, so it should be fine. Korst, please coordinate with our friend on the reports and schedule the guards for a little field time.
Then it's settled. Excellent. Shadrach, please don't hesitate to ask if there's anything else you need. Now, I need to get back to working on those drawings for the town. Good day, gentlemen.
Well, it seems that you have made many decisions without even allowing me the moment's input. Of course I'll help. Naturally. If anyone cares. Well, we went our way to the north, gathered more guardsmen, and decisions have been made. At least they allowed me privy to their conversation. Let's get some rest, Scout. What they're cooking smells delicious. Kinlen grabs a bowl of soup. Grab a bowl of soup for yourselves. This dust falling gets in my eyes. I know we haven't got enough men or even equipment of any kind to deal with it. Some sort of pulley system, but we will have to soon enough. For now, I think reading a good book by the fire would be the best course of action. It's not too cold out, and I think I need the fresh air. Kinlen is going to make a tent with a warm fire and sit next to it and eat her dinner. Despite being raised in a priory, Kinlen is... What is this? Ho there!
Need something?
No, but I am very glad to see you here. Word is getting around, I take it. Well, I am very pleased. Here, take this gift. If you're planning to settle here, I encourage you to do so. We need all the hands we can get.
Thank you, dear.
So Kinlen rifles in her pack, looking for something to give this new person who she is assuming is coming, because word of Helgen being rebuilt is getting around. Let's take a look here. Let's try moving that there. Okay, here. Take this book. I've read it already, and perhaps you might enjoy it. Something to read on the downtime. The lady graciously thanks her.
Take care, dearie.
Thank you. Your name was Manara. Manara. I'll keep an eye out for you. This looks like a good place, and I feel much more comforted camping here. We'll just camp right here among the grasses. We're going to unpack our tent. I want to stay focused on the roleplay, but I want to remind the mods again to let new people in chat know what's happening. Like Baji. Now I'll go back into character. I'm trying to stay in character without having to remind the mods of anything. A fire will be most welcome. Kinlen kneels down and they gather rocks. And we are going to... Nope. We're not going to do that. We're going to hit the right power. There we go. Let's get a campfire going. Oh my goodness, look at that. Kinlen sits back stunned. That is glorious. Valgus, could you please go and gather a bit of wood? Kinlen tells her followers to rest, and Valgus will gather wood, and Kinlen's also going to go out and gather wood as well too. I need a bit of time to myself, just to think. The moons are beautiful as always. No matter what strife is going on, to take a moment and to look at the world around one. I am opening up the gate for the night, just to get some wood. I'll be back momentarily. Hold the gate. I'll be back momentarily. Kinlen stops to gather wood at different trees. Oh. Let's gather some wood here. And a little more, so we have enough wood for breakfast in the morning. Do, 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 do. Kinlen softly sings to herself as she carries the wood back into Helgen. She drops the wood and pulls the gate shut behind her. She picks up the wood, shuffling her burden in her arms, and walks back to the campfire, anxious for a warm meal and a good book. She walks a little slowly, the burden of the wood, and looking at the light from the campfire from her tent is one of the most welcoming sights she's seen in several moons. She drops the wood by the fire. Ah! Kadojo, I can see that you have started dinner without me. It is no matter. I'll join you. Kinlen pulls up her cloak and sits down on the ground to eat dinner, which is... There we go. She sits down on the ground to join in dinner. Over dinner, she and Kadojo talk about the road. She mixes in some chicken into the soup. She has a bit of tea warming. Kinlen loves tea. And she mixes in a bit of milk with the tea. Washes it down with water from her water skin. Some time passes as they talk, which brings them to quite late in the evening. It also means that Kinlen's a bit dirty. but still she wants to read a book before bed. At this point, we're going to read a book for Kinlen. It's going to be something short. I've read The True Nature of Orcs several times. So I think what we're going to do is actually find a book, and we'll just say something that was around. For the roleplay purposes, we'll just say it was something that was around the keep that Kinlen picked up earlier in the day. The best way to add any book or any item to your game is through Add Item menu. It's a mod. My mod list is available in the description box below. Let's just search for a book and see what comes up. I'm going to do an item search. We'll only find things with the name book in them, but we can find something to read here. We might be able to find the Book of Frozen Tears. That's interesting. We could... These are all song books. We don't need those. We'll go for the Yellow Book of Riddles. And just to have something later on, I'll pick something else. We'll try the Argonian account. All right. Kinlen opens up a book. And we'll start with the Argonian account. I'll read just a bit of it for you. We'll read a little bit each time Kinlen is at the campfire until we've completed it. The Argonian Account, Book 1, by Wagan Jarth. In a minor but respectable plaza in the Imperial City, sat, or perhaps lounged, Lord Vanek's building commission. It was an unimaginative, austere building, not noted so much for its aesthetic or architectural design as for its prodigious length. If any critics wondered why such an unornamented, extended erection held such fascination for Lord Vanek, they kept it to themselves. In the 398th year of the Third Era, Decumus Scody was a senior clerk at the commission. It had been a few months since the shy, middle-aged man had brought Lord Vanek the most lucrative of all contracts, granting the commission the exclusive right to rebuild the roads of Valenwood, which had been destroyed in the 5-year war. For this, he had become the darling of the managers and the clerks, spending his days recounting his adventures, although he did admit the ending of the tale, since many of them had partaken in the celebratory Unthrapa roast provided by the Selinstri. Kinlen stops and wonders for a minute. Unthrapa, Selinstri. This is not a part of history that I learned at the Priory. She wets a finger, turns the page. Informing one's listeners they've gorged on human flesh. Informing one's listeners that they've gorged on human flesh improves the very stories of any good taste. Kinlen decides that this is a very strange book, but still continues. Scody was neither particularly ambitious nor hardworking, so he did not mind that Lord Vanek had not given him anything to actually do. Whenever the squat little gnomish man would happen upon Decumus Scody in the offices, Lord Vanek would always say, "You're a credit to the commission. Keep up the good work." In the beginning, Scody had worried that he was supposed to be doing something, but as the months went on, he merely replied, "Thank you, I will." Kinlen's eyes droop and her head lolls. "Oh, I'm exhausted. Oh." My arm itches me and I am dirty. I think I shall go to bed now, and then I'll finish more in the morning. So, let's see if I can get Kinlen up again. Can never remember how to get her up. Let's see. Jump key, forward key, forward backslash key, meal key. Let's see. It's the jump key normally. Oh, there we go. I knew that. Okay. Kadoja, I'll see you in the morning. Kadoja lets Kinlen know that he will keep first watch. Good night, Miko. Here, a treat to share with Scout. Good boy. Sleep by the fire. Kinlen's going to climb her weary bones into her bedroll. While she sleeps, dreams come in and out. She sees the walls of Windhelm falling over and over again. Sometimes she replays the battle in her mind that comes, the foretold battle. She actually sleeps and is so tired that she oversleeps and sleeps past her usual time. 9 hours she sleeps. When she wakes, she's dismayed to find that there's someone in her tent, and she hears the sounds of civilization. Ho there.
Hi, is there something I can do for you?
No, but I remember you. You are the one who started this whole affair. You're the one who gave me the note from Marcus. You've come to settle here too? Patsy nods. Aye there, yes, it's a great place, a great place. No dragons, at least no more. I'm here to work. Put me to work, miss. I'll find something for you to do, Patsy. Kinlen goes out. It's a beautiful, beautiful... Oh my goodness. So, just a moment here. I'm trying to grab the chat window to move it really quickly so I can see the time on her clock. There it is. Got it. Okay. That should do it. Oh, it is a beautiful morning. Balfring, have you seen Korst this morning? I need to speak to him about what needs to be done. I'm so glad to see more and more people coming. My father will be most pleased. In her hurry, Kinlen is just simply takes something cold from her pack. Excited to get back into the day, she takes out a stuffed gourd and munches on it as she walks. It is... One moment, please. I still need to keep chat out of the way here. Still can't see. There we go. Now I can see it. I have slept so late it is past the noon bell. Continuing to munch, she's looking for Korst. What is it that needs to be done, I wonder? Falco, have you seen Korst this morning? Guardsmen appear. Wonderful. The word is getting around. Korst! No, it's not you. That's Balfring. They look so much alike to me.
Use your shield to cover as much of your body as you can.
Kinlen's gourds are cooked with chicken and cheese. They're stuffed with chicken and cheese and roasted slowly over a fire, if you were wondering what her recipe was. As Kinlen enters Helgen, looking for Korst, Val, have you not seen Korst?
Yes. Do you want something?
Yes, I'm looking for Korst. He must be close by. I need to consult with him about what needs to be done next. Korst! Kinlen calls throughout the halls, desperately wishing for some privacy and a bucket with some wash rags. She's filthy. Korst! Blast him. I'd like to make my way and get to Solitude before sundown tonight. I have much to do there, as well as consulting with Father. Hopefully that Rift in God sent the note ahead. Korst, are you down below? Oh, this keep is ominous. Ominous, I can not imagine. I mean, I'm not surprised that no one is spending their days in here. Korst? Blast him, where is the man? Kinlen breaks into a run, feeling days slipping by, and wanting to gather whatever information she needs before she makes her way to Solitude. If I can't find the man now, Kinlen thinks to herself, as she walks back out into the courtyard of Helgen, then I will simply have to reconnoiter with him, as it is, as they might say, and join up with him again. Maybe he's over here with the men.
Use your chin or your cheek to anchor the draw.
Shadrach, have you seen Korst? No? Well, I'm very glad to see what you're doing with your men. Your team looks wonderful. You'll be an excellent protection. Miles, Jocelyn, I won't interrupt you, Seal. All right, well, if the man is not close by, then, well, I'll have to just look out for him. Somewhere else. I can't waste all day. Korst, is that you? No. Ah! Townspeople! Hello! You're doing good work! Ah, where is the man? So if we cannot find Korst, we will move on. So as not to hold up the stories too much, we do want to get to Solitude, preferably before the end of this episode. No, that is not Korst. Ah! A shortcut into the keep. It's handy to know. I am role-playing Skyrim. We are restarting the game. I had a crash. We're just going to go in and quickly take us back to where we were before. Please sit down and enjoy. Okay. You can see Kinlen. She's such a... Ah. We're going to open the gates as we did before. I said we're going to open the gates. Okay. Took a couple tries that time. Alright, I'm not going to bother closing the gate and all that. Okay, so we're going to head downstairs again. Yeah, you know, I agree. I agree. So at this point, chat, I'm going to go back into roleplay only mode. Okay, I'm going to save so we can learn our lesson this time and actually save. I'm going to do a quick save here. All right. So let's just run down real quickly and play out this scene that we've already seen. Okay.
Haha! It's good to see you three old soldiers again. I never dreamed we would all be here in Skyrim.
Yes, Shadrach, it's good to see you too, old friend. Now, tell me, is there anything else you need to get settled in?
Well, Korst and I will need to meet to discuss the guard schedules. But there is one thing, if you could help me, Korst.
Certainly. What is it?
My men have become bored and restless after being in that camp for so long. They're itching to get in some field time. And practicing on targets is one thing, but there's nothing to get your blood pumping and sharpens the senses like real combat. I'd like for them to get into the field somehow.
Well, there are these reports we've been getting. Korst?
Yes. We've been getting reports for some time now of trouble all over Skyrim. I've been too busy to do anything about them. But maybe our friend here can help us out.
Shadrach, Valerius. How does that sound to you?
Well, I guess that will work, if she's willing to help. It would be a great help for the morale of my men. And it will also allow me to start their individual training at the targets. Val, what do you think?
If our friend can help, it wouldn't interfere with their schedules much, so it should be fine. Korst, please coordinate with our friend on the reports and schedule the guards for a little field time.
Then it's settled. Excellent. Shadrach, please don't hesitate to ask if there's anything else you need. Now, I need to get back to working on those drawings for the town. Good day, gentlemen.
That Ulfric has many valid points, but Skyrim has always been a part of the Empire.
I understand, of course, that there are things that you need me to do. You have missions that need to be undertaken, perhaps to give the men more combat training. I'm willing to lead them.
Okay, let's see. This says that vampires have taken over an old ruin near the lake west of here, and have been abducting travelers along the roads. See what you can find and report back to me. And no matter what you do, don't let them touch you.
Understood. Whatever I can do to help out with Helgen. Marcus.
Can I help you, friend?
You can. Here, a bit of gold, as I have always promised you. This is my contribution. Marcus thanks her. And they take a moment to discuss some of the schedules, the new townspeople appearing, and then Kinlen claps him on the back. After some rest, I'll be making my way to Solitude. Send anything you need to me by courier.
Ah, hello. How's it going with the guards? Please check with me again after you have finished with them.
Kinlen is surprised. Marcus, have you a cold? Your voice has changed extremely differently there.
Hello, friend. Good to see you. I hear you've been busy.
As I said, is there anything I can do to help?
Ah, hello. How's it going with the guards? Please check with me again after you have finished with them.
Yes, you do sound most ill. Perhaps you should have that seen to. It sounds like a bit of a frog in your throat. That makes you sound like a completely different person. Ah, it's no matter. It must be just my mind, playing tricks on me. Good night, friend. That was very odd. A little problem there in which Marcus, the main character of this mod, which, by the way, I'd not mentioned it, but if you're just joining in or watching, we are playing Helgen Reborn as Kinlen Tullius. Good day, Patsy. Always good to see you well. You know, perhaps the gods of Nirn are messing with Marcus, or some sort of play by Sheogorath even. Kinlen wonders to herself. I mean, oh my. It is no more ridiculous or fanciful than this beautiful sky. This looks like a sky that Sheogorath himself might have set aflame. Kinlen takes a look at her timepiece. I'm exhausted, but I must make my way to Solitude, so I will sleep on the cot. It has occurred to me that Kinlen has not yet had her followers. Her followers were not, I didn't summon them, so let's summon them. There we go. Summoning the followers is part of amazing follower tweaks. Let's also do a save here. Kinlen also, as she looks up at the sky, says to herself, you know, this could be a sky by Sheogorath, but I feel it is missing the cheese which would be raining down on us. As Kinlen walks to the carriage, she idly scratches underneath her armor, which usually begins to itch if she hasn't had a chance to clean her armor plate for a while. A picture. I will hold this in my mind. It is glorious. So, Korst wants me to clear out some vampires. I'll be happy to do that, but I won't be able to handle it now. But I am going to take the men and teach them and train them. We'll need to guard Helgen, and we'll need a strong crew. So I just realized I just climbed onto the carriage without having him, without telling him where I need to go. So I should probably, like, get down and tell him. I didn't know you could climb on there without telling him. I didn't know that was an option. I just learned. I'm so tired. Carriagemen, I'm so tired. I climbed in before letting you know where I wish to go. Make the ride gentle. I'll pay you extra coin.
Need a ride?
Yes.
Where do you want to go?
To Solitude. And by the way, if you feel free to allow us to stop off and get hot mead on the way, it's a long journey. That would be much appreciated.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
Thank you, good man. Kinlen yawns.
I can't wait here forever.
Up, hounds! With me? The carriage rides along the rough roads of Skyrim throughout the night, and perhaps even into the early morning. Kinlen and her companions talk, doze, pet the hounds. Kinlen lays back on one of the benches and tries her best to sleep, though the cart juts over the rutted roads. And then Kinlen wonders how long this loading screen is going to take. Just kidding. A little humor. As she climbs down from the cart, weary and starving.
Why do they call liquor spirits? Although I have heard the spiced wine here is indeed heavenly.
Well, we will have some. You'll be staying tonight at the inn, the both of you. And keeping watch on the hounds as well. So, yes. I will stay in my rooms. The inn is quite comfortable. You'll enjoy it. A late hour to be arriving home, but I'm sure Father knows that I am already here, and he has probably been up since the 3rd bell. Father never sleeps past the 3rd bell. Kinlen nods at the guards as she walks by. Good evening. Oh, I should say good morning. Oh, yes, Folgia. It's good to see you. Oh, I am tired, you're right. By the way, I hope your leg is treating you better. Go to the healer if you need help. And with that, Kinlen pushes open the huge gates of solitude. And when we get into Solitude, I'm going to do a quick save and we will end the episode there with super long loading screen. As we build, Solitude is built. It's a relatively big city, so it takes a bit of a chunk to build it. And then Kinlen's going to take herself to bed. And while we're saving, I want to say that I hope you enjoyed this episode and this roleplay. As we follow along with the story, we're going to continue on with Helgen Reborn. And Kinlen's going to greet her father. We'll continue on with the Civil War quest line as well. And in that quest line, I believe we have one, possibly 2 more holds to take before we face Ulfric Stormcloak. My goal is to align the quest line of Helgen Reborn with the quest line of the Civil War, so that we end it around the same time and Kinlen's story wraps to a close. I want to thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button below. And if you loved it, join the party and subscribe. I'll see you back here in the land of Skyrim for more wonderful roleplay. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And as always, thank you so much for watching.